ugly you could be a modern art masterpiece.
I'm 33% sure Rick Tittle is the father of my child, but I'm 100% sure Rick Tittle is a jackass.
Well, thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. And with the precise timing of a fighter pilot, comedian and good friend Scott Capurro has just sat down in the chair. Could you get closer to being late? You're perfect.
Do you know, the weird thing is, I thought I was running early, and but that's my life.
You didn't turn the clock back?
I did, but apparently a relative reminded me this weekend that the family is always prepared for Scott time. I thought we arrived again in Sacramento on time, and he's like, no, you're 15 minutes late, and lunch has already started. Okay, ex-school teacher. And so I said, yeah, the 15 minutes is good for me. He said, we know what that's like. So apparently I'm always late, but I feel like I'm always early. I don't know, I find when you're on time, you realize how late most people are. That's a weird thing.
Right.
Do you ever arrive on time to a few things in a row, and you're like, okay, no one's here. No one's ever here. Everyone's late.
Well, because of being in over 30 years in broadcasting, if I'm not here, there ain't no show.
Oh, right, yeah.
So, yeah. But I was thinking about Scott time. Is that what they mean by getting away scot-free?
Yeah, maybe something like that. I think what they're thinking is, like drag queen time. They call it drag queen time. Like, you're always kind of on your own schedule, and you're assuming everyone's going to just play along. But also, all this stuff happened this morning we didn't expect. Our stove blew up, and my landlord showed up to fix it. And we've been lighting it with a Bic because the little tick, tick, tick thing wasn't working.
Oh, yeah.
And so he said, what effing person uses a Bic? I'm like, I don't know, poor people living in a studio. I've singed all the hair off the backs of my hands over the last 2 weeks trying to light the stove up. So he came in to fix it, took the whole thing apart. We weren't expecting that. My husband and we kind of lost track of time. I'm sorry about this. The thing is, I should be able to operate my own stove or repair it. I feel like I have to say, it's not his fault or responsibility, but my landlord did make me feel like I wasn't up to snuff in the masculinity department.
Well, there are certain things where, like, if a guy can't change a tire, then I think you should give back your man card. But fixing a stove, that's dangerous, especially a gas stove.
Kind of. I thought so, too. And we'd been, accommodating it. We've been, again, using a Bic. And we've been trying to, cook our Ayurvedic dishes as best we could. I can't change a tire either. But my, as you say, but my husband can, which is one of the many myriad reasons I married him. And, there's a lot of things that I can't do that I should be able to do. Like, I sometimes hang out with friends, and I see all the stuff, their talents lie in so many different areas. They grow their own vegetables, or they can pitch a tent, or I don't know, they know how to do all, like they take stuff apart, or they buy used mechanical equipment online and repair it, make it look fantastic, and then sell it again and make money. Or they find old furniture on the street, and then they have a workshop in their home that they move the furniture, and then they make it look beautiful. I really like that. Someone who can take something and recycle. So many people just want new stuff, In fact, I have a butter dish, a 1930s, if anyone's looking for one, Depression era, brandy-colored ceramic butter dish.
Wow.
I'm trying to sell on Facebook. That weirdly, or Craigslist, that oddly no one wants. And I keep lowering the price. We're down to $30. And my husband's like, will you just leave that thing on the street, please, or just throw it away? I keep moving around the apartment. It collects dust.
Maybe Antiques Roadshow will find something.
Maybe there's a life that we don't know about with this butter dish. Maybe if they peel back some of the, I don't know, when they do that on Antiques Roadshow, sometimes they...
Right.
Yeah, it could be something.
Let me ask you this, Scott. Are you one of the people who thinks when you move a couch to the street or a dresser or a baby bed and just write free, are you doing your fellow citizens a favor, or are you a lazy ass who won't go to the dump?
Well, I think, I think that it's both, or as the kids say, both in the urban lexicon. I think, look, I I don't mind it when someone puts something in the street that they've washed. In my name, maybe it's all San Francisco. People dump. Someone put a fish tank on the street, and our building sadly happens to be right near a bus stop. And oddly, people use bus stops to dump stuff at because there's a pole and people wait there. I don't know. And we get all sorts of things, but a dirty fish tank with mold and mud. You could have rinsed it out.
Yeah.
And we do get all sorts. But I think if you leave it there and it's clean and it's useful, and it's after a day or two it's still there, then you should move it yourself.
Yeah. I think 90% of the time, just go to the dump, you lazy ass. But if you're right, if you have something that, the other day I was jogging and I saw an office chair, and I didn't need one, but it was so nice.
Yeah.
I almost felt like taking it. Like, that's the kind of thing.
My husband does that sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, this is free. And I'm like, well, this is actually something good. And then I wonder, who defecated on it. And,
and who gave birth.
Who got stabbed on it. And
whose diaper didn't work on it.
So for you, I know you live in London too, right?
Yeah.
So how has that been with the pandemic going back and forth or not going back and forth?
It's been all right. Our flights have been fine. They've been actually more on time than usual.
But being allowed in,
flights. No, it's fine. On this trip, the only times we've had a hard time is in San Francisco at SFO. Really, it's the only airport that's ever, Dallas did once. But
did you tell them that you hold the key to the city and don't you know who I am?
I thought they knew. There's a restaurant in the marina named after me, or the Ghirardelli Square. But and hello.
That's right, Scott's.
Yeah, no, and Capurro's. But my husband and I have global entry, so we were really surprised on this trip because they put us in a cage. They separated us. It's never a good idea when they take your passports. And you know those things when you used to rent a DVD and they had a little plastic box with a lock on it?
Sure.
Never good when they take your passport, separate them, and put them in boxes like that.
Wow.
I'm like, what are you doing?
What?
She said, we're separating you two. Why? It's about COVID. You go over there. They told me to go collect our luggage. He's going in there. And they interviewed my husband for like an hour. It was really tense because I said to two other guys, immigration guys, I said, can I maybe see my husband? No, they're probably sending him back. I'm like, back to the, what? The UK?
Why?
Yeah, maybe. That happens sometimes. I have no idea. It was fine in the end. They let him go, and it was all fine. And but I think maybe they were bored that day. It was quiet. We were really excited because it was quiet. We thought, we're going to zip right through. We're going to be home in a half hour, And it was our first time to use our global entry together. But I think also the COVID thing has added another layer of complication. Although we were both tested and fine and all that. And ironically, I got COVID after I passed through there. I've had COVID since we've been back here on this trip. And that's strange. It's really reminding me of HIV and AIDS because, that pandemic was better designed, obviously, than this one. But much more difficult to cure, I guess, because the heterosexual community hasn't leapt at that to fix it like they did this one. But they fixed this one real quick, right? Because Grandpa might kick. What if Grandpa's gay and he kicked the last time? But anyway, they fixed it. And the gays are fine with that. But also, the last one, the pretty ones died. This one will take anybody. No discretion, right? Straight people have no boundaries. I'm just saying that I was fine. And then on this trip, weirdly, I think it happened at a comedy club in the green room. That's the only place I can imagine it happened.
Which opener gave it to you?
Since I tongued 3 that night, I'm not sure. But but that's what they got to do if they're running on the stage. You got to tongue the headliner. But no, I don't know. It would have been any of those dirty scum little petri dish opening acts, sell their soul for 5 minutes. But yeah, it was weird because I was at home baking banana bread, as you do. I had bananas left over.
You know who else did? America.
Yeah, see, yeah, we all love it. And yeah, they did. And I was filming it for the IGTV because I'm trying to sell tickets for all my 18 fans that were watching me make banana bread. And I started to have a cough, and I thought, and I knew right away what it was. And I watched the film since then, and it's me like saying, oh God, the dust in here. I've got to clean that oven. And I remember thinking, this feels weird. This feels weird. It doesn't feel like a normal, because I don't get sick. And then that night I went to bed, I woke up the next day, I felt like I'd been run over by a truck. It really hit me fast. And then I was super sick for about 12 hours, and then it went away.
Wow.
Yeah, double effects. I mean, I guess that's why.
And you're thin and healthy. Probably helped.
Yeah, I guess. Although, you've read these stories, haven't you, about people who didn't seem ill at all?
Sure.
Yeah, and then...
well, a couple of professional athletes who were in their 20s and in better shape than us, they thought they were at death's door. You don't know, what kind of bat you eat.
And then it doesn't kill Trump. So weird. Because he's a mess. And, yeah, or my dad who's 86 and hasn't gotten anything. It's so unfair. Yeah, I did cough on this lazy boy, but he's still fine. And
a guy, not a chair.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's a funny thing too because I really thought that I'd been extra careful, but then when you think about the things you've been doing the last few weeks, right, you realize
You never
got a bit lazy about it. Maybe.
Yeah, and when I got vaxxed, I let my guard down. I was,
Yeah.
totally loyal masker, and then I got vaxxed. I'm like, I can't, And plus, we had a little Pax Romana there for about a month where everyone said you can take off your mask.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in studio with Scott Capurro, and maybe I didn't bring it up. He is at the Punchline. He's got a show tomorrow and through the weekend, and we'll talk more with Scott on the other side. Come on back.
Representing a team of lawyers who've helped people that have been injured or wronged. If you've had a revision or removal surgery of a hernia mesh implant after 2008, pay close attention to this message. Hernia mesh manufacturers have recalled some of the mesh material that may have been used in your surgery due to high failure rate. The FDA has even blamed the recalled mesh material for some of the worst of the health issues reported by doctors and patients. If you've had 2 or more hernia surgeries for the same issue and you're having severe complications, call the legal helpline now. You could receive a free cash award and have your medical expenses covered. And there's no upfront cost to you. They only get paid if you win. So please call now.
800-817-2968. 800-817-2968. 800-817-2968. That's 800-817-2968. Hey, listen up. Before the weather changes, get new windows in your home and save possibly hundreds on your energy bill. Call the Window Replacement Hotline right now and take advantage of their special savings event. Get your leaky, drafty windows replaced with energy-efficient, beautiful, virtually maintenance-free windows at this year's rock-bottom prices. Our prices are so low, we don't want to scare the competition. The only way to hear about our window savings is to call. Yes, you must call our special toll-free number for the best window replacement prices in town. Get your new windows, patio doors, and more from the Window Replacement Hotline. Get ready for the change in weather. Save on your energy bills. Call right now for tremendous prices on new windows and beautify your home. Call the Window Replacement Hotline now. 800-685-2080. 800-685-2080. 800-685-2080. That's 800-685-2080. Hello? You there in the car. Listen, if I was a cop, I'd pull you over and ask to see your insurance. Woo! I bet that would scare the heck out of you. But seriously, I still want you to get your insurance papers out. Whoa, that's ridiculous. Look, we all have cars. That means insurance. But newsflash, you don't have to pay a fortune for it. What smart people all over the United States are doing is saving hundreds of dollars calling AIS Insurance. Some of you could be saving up to $600 a year. Maybe with an extra $600, you can get your car washed, at least once a month. I mean, come on, look at it. Look, my job is to help you save money on your car insurance. So pick up the phone, call AIS Insurance right now, and get your car washed, please. 800-756-3744. 800-756-3744. 800-756-3744. That's 800-756-3744.
It doesn't really matter. I don't like my job.